Breathing Tao. That's the name of the exhibition, and Diana Lo Mei Hing is here with me, reflecting on some of the exhibition that's at the Art Reach Gallery now. And today we're going to shift into another chapter in the Tao Te Ching, and this time it's chapter 34. The great Tao is like a flood. It can flow to the left or to the right. The myriad things depend on it for life. But it never stops. It achieves its work. It does not take credit. It clothes and feeds myriad things, but does not rule over them. Ever desiring nothing, it can be named insignificant. Myriad things return to it, but it does not rule over them. It can be named great. Even in the end, it does not regard itself as great. That is how it can achieve its greatness. Oh, I love this kind of moving in one direction and then changing and opening up another awareness in the process. Derek Lin has given us permission to use that translation of his, and we're very grateful to him. But tell me how this flow is part of your work.
I think this is very important in my research all my life, in my art, because the water is almost the full meaning about Tao. And why the water? The water as seems a very light thing, but it's not that. Because if you see the water can go everywhere it wants, and nothing can stop. The water can go one side or another side, depending the circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's compare also our action about what we are doing. And the water, like the waterfall, go from the high mountain and then go down, and then go to the valley. Mm-hmm. And then after that, through the river or the stream, turn back to the ocean. The ocean then one time is what happened? The evaporation turn back to the cloud, and then the cycle. Mm-hmm. Is a continuation. So, but for Taoism, humility is very important.
Humility?
Yes. Is the opposite of arrogance.
Yeah.
So the water is that, because I always go in the lower part.
Gravity takes its
yes,
path.
And because we come from that part, mm-hmm. And so we turn back. The water go always to the valley. So
the water is very much a part of our life.
Yes.
And we see it, we need it for ourselves. We're even made of water.
Yes.
A high percentage of our body is
yes.
water.
80%.
Now, with this whole notion of flow and going to the left and to the right, I love that kind of recognition because it's so suggestive. You get a rock and here comes the water and it goes to the left and the right and jumps over.
Not just that, because if someone find obstacle, something hard to cross, and say, oh, I renounce. No, the water say, why? Yeah. Can go around and still can go ahead.
Well, this particular piece that is here, you've called Water Goes Where It Will, Going with the Flow.
Yes.
And love that title. But it seems as though you're not just representing water, but you're really embodying it in your own decision making. You flow to the left, you flow to the right. Tell me about how that flow is part of you.
I think it's every kind of a decision in our life, in my life, have to do like the water. If I can find the solution one side, I can try to other side. It's always in the gentle way.
Mhm.
Has no make the battle because the water doesn't. Only the tsunami could happen something strong, but normally
Yeah.
the river is going ahead. Depend.
And so, in some sense, making decisions is like that. But here in this piece, how are your decisions reflective of that water process in your making?
Yes. First, this is all watercolor, and so watercolor water is a very. This is the technique of watercolor is my first favorite technique because using the Chinese brush,
Mhm.
you know how is the Chinese brush? You can use the same brush to make strong sign, but also with the if you stay on the pond, you can also do very thin line. So you can see here big brush and also very thin line like the water when it's jumping.
Mhm.
And because my thinking, what crossed my mind in that moment about doing this water painting, I have not to stop what is going in my head, in my thinking. I have no any planning to do this work the beginning, but I just let go and see what is going on. But this process has no to stop any moment, like the water, they have no to stop. So the Chinese brush permits me to do the big sign and also the thin sign without changing every moment the brush. And so I just go ahead with this, and I feel very close to my thinking in that moment.
So your thinking winds up being very much like the flow of the water, and then
Like
it's watercolor. So here you are, really letting the water become its own decision making.
yeah,
So your decisions plus the water's decision, huh?
I can say my decision is I just something like unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Just let me go, and what my brush and my hand want to do,
Yeah.
just let my hand go ahead, without any force by my brain, by my wanting. I have no any wanting.
But it's curious, you allow the water to do its thing too, the watercolor, because watercolor has a way of sometimes moving on its own.
Yes, I just let go, and depend how is it going, then I follow it. So it's not me, it's the watercolor suggests me how I have to go ahead.
So now, when a viewer comes to see this particular work, you expect them to also have some flow in themselves.
Yeah, yes, yes, yes.
I mean, that's kind of interesting, isn't it?
Yes, yes, because sometimes after when I finish, I talk with my paintings because it becomes something else. It's not just I'm working my work. It becomes some other, and I talk to them. I dance with them.
Yeah. So that becomes part of the delight of your own enjoyment of making.
Yes.
But I think that's really wonderful for inviting me and others to see and to have that same kind of enjoyment. They may see things that you didn't intend.
Yes, yes. Sometimes I have an appreciation. Someone told me, "Oh, I can see this in this particular corner." I said, "Oh, very interesting for me because I don't know."
This art exhibition goes for full 2 months, November and December, and we invite you to come and see and experience something of the flow of your own associations with the art and with all the flow of Diana's work as well. Please join us, won't you?
Thank you.